So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are supposed to start at 6 o'clock, but like Manila, apparently Lisbon has a lot of traffic too. I understand some people came from where the parliament is, and there is a demonstration in front of the parliament. But I know our friends are coming because they're very excited about this event today. So, caros convidados, caros amigos, señoras y señores, we are honored to welcome you to the Philippine Embassy as we host a unique traveling exhibition of the country's finest cloth and the queen of the Philippine textiles, the piña, the pineapple fiber cloth. Welcome to the Hibla ng lahing Filipino traveling exhibition. Today we are fortunate to be given a glimpse of how the beautiful pineapple fiber reached Philippine shores and how these are harvested and woven into this most beautiful and unique cloth, and then embellished with the most intricate embroidery, all done by hand, and may we add, with tremendous dedication and love for this most traditional and very Filipino craft. This exhibit, which runs until April 30 in this hall, would not have been possible if it not for the main movers of this endeavor. But before I introduce our guest of honor, who is the proponent of this traveling exhibit, may I take this opportunity to thank the women who continue to create this living tradition, under whose hands the queen of Philippine textiles, the piña cloth, continues to thrive. Our master weavers, Ana India de la Cruz and Nelia Rogano, please bow and put a little heart. And our master embroiderers, Marilyn Tobias and Magdalena Rosales. May we also extend our very special thanks to the National Museum of the Philippines, represented here by Dr. Ana Maria Teresa Labrador and her very able staff for curating and creating this traveling exhibit. Mind you, this is Women's Month, and a major shout out to Filipinas responsible for this exhibit. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor has just arrived from Geneva this afternoon, where she headed the Philippine delegation to the 138 IPU Assembly. She's the chairperson of the Senate Committee of Foreign Relations, Finance, and Climate Change. She is the brains behind the Philippines' visibility in the cultural scenes worldwide. Through Philippine participation in the Venice Biennial in the recent years, and now, through the Hibla traveling exhibition. She is indeed the patroness of Philippine arts and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce our guest of honor, Senator Loren Legarda.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Feria, Ambassador Evelyn Garcia, Ana Labrador, whom I work with very closely at the National Museum. You should all come to the Philippines and see the Hibla Textile Gallery, which used to be just a small room in what is now known as the National Museum of Fine Arts. But because it was such a big hit when we opened it more than 5 years ago, it's now occupying one-half of one floor of the Museum of Anthropology. India Legaspi and I go a long way. Even before I became a senator, I used to, and until now, patronize and go all the way to Calibo, in Aklan, to her home, where she had 1, 2, 3 hand looms, and eventually she had one big whole floor, and a disaster struck, a storm struck, then she lost it all, but now she's back at it again, and we're so happy to be bringing India and all our weavers here in Lisbon. First, I would like to thank Ambassador Feria and our very able, committed staff to welcome us here, because we can't bring Hibla to every part of the world, but wherever there are embassies and posts who welcome us and who would want to bring cultural diplomacy at the forefront of diplomacy, then we're here. And so this was launched actually in late last year in London, where we had the first Hibla traveling exhibition. It was also done in the National Museum, and that was a time when we also had a lecture at the School of Oriental and African Studies in SOAS. And so I thought, why limit it to London alone? And Dr. Labrador mentioned to me that there was a shout out, a request from Lisbon Post, Ambassador Cookie, Ambassador Evelyn, where more than happy to host us. And I said, okay, let's bring them to Lisbon. So this is a #2 spot. Yes, I just came from Geneva, and our ambassador to the Philippine mission, whose wife also happened to be the ambassador to Norway, also wanted Geneva and Oslo. And suddenly we have all posts clamoring for it because they see the vitality and of the Lisbon post in supporting the Hibla traveling exhibition. For the foreigners who may be thinking, what does Hibla mean? Hibla is a Filipino word for weave or textile. Fiber. Okay, it's literally fiber. And habi is the weave. So Hibla is actually the fiber. And here we have the pineapple fiber. I think we also have banana fiber somewhere, or not here? We can have various kinds of fiber from various Philippine plants and fruits and trees. Everything actually in the Philippines is useful. And so we're happy to show what the pineapple what can be done with the pineapple. Yes, it's edible, it's also wearable. And the dyes that we use also come from our natural dye, barks of trees. Maybe this is from mahogany. I'm not sure what it is. That's from mahogany, yes. And actually, as you can see, we can innovate. But all of this that you see now may look like it's fashion. Yes, it's fashion, but it's more than just fashion. It's also micro and small and medium enterprises, which is 99% of the Philippine economy. I just met with the WTO Director General Acevedo in Geneva. And one of the major subject matters of negotiations would be MSME. And I think that the weavers, the artisans in the Philippines form a large part of the backbone of the Philippine economy, because in the rural areas, in the 7,100 islands, you would see more than 110 ethno-linguistic groups. And in every ethno-linguistic group, you have weavers. And the banana fiber, the pineapple fiber can be found from Calibo, from Lumban, in many areas of the country. And they can actually innovate. And a weave from Calibo can differ from a weave from Antique, my home province, and a weave from Laguna, a province in the island of Luzon. What I'm saying could probably sound so complicated, but that's how diverse the source of our fibers are, and that's how interesting my country is. And so we are happy to bring the artistry of Philippine textiles. We're happy to show the creativity of our Philippine women. Ambassador Feria is correct in saying that yes, we launch it on Women's Month, and it's so important that we show what textiles could do and how textiles can actually bind a people together. In fact, the Hibla Textile Gallery in the Philippines slogan is "Ties that bind."
Ties that bind, and the artistry.
And the artistry of Philippine textile. In fact, also today we will be launching a new catalog that has not been launched in the Philippines, and Dr. Labrador had brought it with her. So I welcome the Filipinos who are here, but I also welcome most especially all those foreigners who are here, our Portuguese friends, those from the Foreign Affairs Office, those interested in our culture. Thank you for being here. I hope that you could tell your friends to come and see the artistry of Philippine textile through the Piña Seda exhibit. So thank you very much, Ambassador Feria, Ambassador Evelyn, and all the embassy staff, just 8 of them, but very efficient in supporting the National Museum. And we will continue. In fact, I saw the long list of places that will host the Piña Seda. But let it be said that Lisbon was one of the first posts that welcomed us here. So thank you very much, and
Congratulations. Would you like us to, actually we brought a few books, the rest will be brought in by maybe diplomatic pouch, and perhaps you could
show it,
and then give it to your esteemed guest. It's a bit lovely.
So I can give the ambassador first.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
From the foreign ministry.
Okay. For the embassy first, let us vote. And for the foreign ministry. Okay, Anna. Thank you. We give you for the foreign ministry. Yes, you're in charge of Asia Pacific. Right? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Para saan to?
I think for the
For the embassy.
After the embassy now.
You can
Thank you for our collection. Yes, I will. Yeah.
The ambassadors are actually.
Maybe Anna can speak and then explain.
What we would like to do is take you around a little bit so that you can be guided through the exhibition.
You could probably do what we did in London.
Yes.
We went around a walkthrough, and she, as a curator, could explain what it is, right? Okay.
Yes. So, would you like for us to go around?
Yes, I guess.
So what I'm wearing this evening is actually made out of pineapple plants. So you can see we could actually